Sometimes when you know something ain't right, it sits in your gut like a poison meant to rot you from the inside out. I wasn't about to stand by and let injustice rule my streets. T-49, a simple, innocent tripod. Too young to shoot anything big yet, and now it was missing. But why? And by who? These were the questions no one seemed to be asking. I only had one lead, one chance to make things right.
Can I go now? I told you what I saw. I have a party that I don't want to miss.
Right away, Miss Espinosa. We just have a few more questions for you.
It's always more questions with you guys.
She was nervous.
I told you what I saw. I'm trying to help you here. And you're trying to make me miss my little sister's birthday party.
All right, just one more question then. Can you confirm that you saw Tony taking the tripod?
No, I can't confirm that. You're gonna have to ask Tony about it. All I know is that they were both there before the lights went down. And then when the lights came back up, the tripod was missing.
Don't let that attitude fool you. Espinosa's usually a straight shooter, so I've got no reason to doubt her. But still, no reason to trust her. As for whether Tony is our thief or not, well, for that I was just gonna have to ask him about it.
I don't know nothing about no bipod. Who said this? Who said it?
I've got multiple eyewitnesses who said you were working the sound that night, and when the power came back on, you weren't where you left off.
So if I move, I'm guilty? So, I don't know what you're smoking, detective, but I would like some.
So where were you when the lights came back on?
Sonny was stepping on my XLR cable. And then we were just trying to reconfigure ourselves out.
Reconfigure yourselves, Tony? Or reconfigure the tripod out the door? We'll see what Sonny has to say about all this.
Hello, Sonny. How are things? Sonny, I had a conversation with Tony earlier, and he said that when the lights were out, he accidentally hit you with his boom pole. Is that true?
Listen, detective. Tony's a nice guy and all, but we both know he's got some screws loose. I don't know why he would tell you that when I was stepping all over his XLR cord. It was dark, so we went to the door to get some light in.
So you're telling me you had nothing to do with the missing tripod?
All I know is it's out of my hands.
Out of your hands, eh, Sonny? I wouldn't doubt if it was yours I left in the first place. Been through the evidence so many times, and each time it makes less and less sense. I wasn't sure if it was the case that was complicated, or maybe it was just getting to me. Pouring through the evidence, I get another strong feeling of gut rot that shoots through me like something that's fast. Ignore it. Sonny, Tony, Espinosa. They'd all had a good story, but was it just that? A good story? My head weighs 1,000 pounds as I lay it against the cool leather. My biggest concern was why? Why this tripod? Was it meant for something more, or was it just another cheap pawn? The gut rot is strong. Too strong. I feel sick. I need some air. There's a foul wind on the air, and it goes by the name Injustice. I still wanted to know why. They all had motive. They all had the opportunity, but none of it seemed to make any sense. Tony is a liar, and Sonny may be a little rough around the edges, but neither have a record for theft. A petty theft here and there, sure, but nothing like this. This feels like something from the top. But why now? And who would even need that type of party? My God.
Detective, you better have a good reason for bringing me out so late.
You don't have to answer me now, Espinosa, but I just wanted to know why.
You think you're very smart, don't you?
No, I think you dropped this.
She didn't take it, but I could tell by the look on her face she knew she was caught.
This means nothing to me.
Oh yeah? Then why do you seem so surprised?
I'm not surprised. Listen, I'm sick of all your accusations. Unless you have a real...
Just be glad I'm not in the business of taking away some little girl's presents, Espinosa. I know it was you.
Listen, unless you have a real accusation, I want to leave now.
Sometimes when you know something ain't right, it sits in your gut like a poison meant to rot you from the inside out. I might rest a little easier knowing that T-49 will have a good home, but I've got Espinosa on my radar. Another move like that and a present for her little sister will be the last problem she has. As for Sonny and Tony, well, justice may not be as swift as we would like, but I wasn't about to stand by and let injustice rule my streets.
Yeah. Why are they refusing to listen? Why are these troops